All right, we're now live streaming on the Judiciary of Guam YouTube channel, and the status and disqualification hearing will proceed.
Para umababa po ako ikotin mas takulo gi Izaguahan, si Honorable Robert J. Torres, imas takulo na juez kumehilului. The Supreme Court of Guam is now in session. The Honorable Robert J. Torres, Chief Justice presiding.
Afide, thank you, Clerk of Court Arroyo, for opening court in Chamorro and also English as we celebrate Mes Chamorro this week. And will the clerk please call the first case?
This is CRA 22-002, People of Guam, Plaintiff Appellee v. Juan Faisal Mendiola, aka John F. Mendiola, Defendant Appellant. Appearing for Defendant Appellant is Attorney Joshua D. Walsh. Appearing for Plaintiff Appellee is Attorney Marianne Wolochuk. The panel consists of Chief Justice Robert J. Torres, Associate Justice F. Philip Carbolito, and Associate Justice Catherine A. Merriman.
Good morning, Mr. Walsh and Ms. Wolochuk. Briefing in this matter has been completed. There are no pending motions. This is going to be our outreach argument as part of our Law Month activities. It is scheduled for April 11th at 9 a.m. at the John F. Kennedy High School Gymnasium. And are there any objections to the panel as constituted or the date and time of oral argument?
Good morning. Good afternoon, Mr. Chief Justice. There is no objection to the argument or the panel or where it's occurring from the appellant side. And I'll just put on the record that the appellant understands the unique nature of the way the argument's going to happen, and he agrees with that format as well.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Ms. Wolochuk?
Thank you, Chief Justice. We also have no objection to the panel or to the dates and times. Thank you.
Yeah, and we want to thank both counsel for agreeing to do this as part of our outreach. It's an educational component for our high school students. It's the first time we've done it at JFK. I think they're the last public high school that we have not done a outreach argument at. So they're quite excited, and we'll probably have over 150 students attending this program. And, you know, as we have done, I mean, some of you have been part of this before. We'll ask counsels to stay behind after argument's over and maybe answer some questions from the students, as will we. So appreciate you and the accommodations that you've made for the students and for our Law Month activities. Will the clerk please call the next case?
This is CRA 21-014, People of Guam, Plaintiff Appellee v. Vianney Nenes Jose, Defendant Appellant. Appearing for the Defendant Appellant is Attorney F. Randall Cunliffe. Appearing for the Plaintiff Appellee is Attorney Marianne Wolochuk. The panel consists of Chief Justice Robert J. Torres, Associate Justice F. Philip Carbolito, and Associate Justice Catherine A. Merriman.
All right, briefing in this matter is complete. You've heard the panel is constituted and the date and time of oral argument, Monday the 24th at April 24th at 10 a.m. Is there any objection to the panel as constituted or the date and time of oral argument, Mr. Cunliffe?
No, Your Honor, no objection to either.
All right, and Ms. Wolochuk?
That's the same for us, Your Honor, no objection. And Ms. Christine Tenorio will be handling the oral arguments for the people of Guam in this case.
All right, and thank you for pointing that out. All right, well, the clerk, and if other counsel don't mind, we'll get through these next. We only have short status, 2 more hearings, but just in case there's some scheduling issues, I don't think there will be, but just if you don't mind hanging on, I appreciate you accommodating us. Will the clerk please call the next case?
This is CVA 22-011, Estate of Glenn Cruz Jr., Sonia K. Cruz, and Tanya Cruz, Plaintiffs Appellants v. Dietrich Corporation, Century Insurance Company Guam Limited, and Does 1 through 5, Defendants Appellees. Appearing for the Plaintiffs Appellants is Rachel Taimano Azuzu. Appearing for the Defendants Appellees is Seth Foreman. The panel consists of Chief Justice Robert J. Torres, Associate Justice F. Philip Carbolito, and Associate Justice Catherine A. Merriman.
And briefing in this matter is complete. We were originally proposing that this case be held on Wednesday, April 26th at 9:30 a.m. But Attorney Foreman indicated he'll be off island from April 13th to the 26th and request that oral argument be either before his departure or during the first 2 weeks in May. Attorney Azuzu did not object to rescheduling, but she said she wouldn't be available sooner than April 13th. First of all, on the panel has constituted, is there any objection to the panel as constituted from Ms. Azuzu?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chief Justice. There are no objections from the appellants to the panel as constituted.
And from Mr. Foreman, any objection to the panel as constituted?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. The court is looking, we have bifurcated our April-May calendar. We're hearing, I think, 4 cases in April, and then rather than continue, we're going to have 4 cases in May. And so we're proposing that the time, a date and time of oral argument in this case be on May 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. Is that fine with your calendar, Ms. Azuzu?
Your Honor, if
May
the court
23rd.
2 seconds, May 23rd.
And while you're looking at that, Mr. Foreman, does that work for your calendar?
Well, Your Honor, I have a medical appointment at 11:20 a.m. that day. That may just give me an incentive not to talk too much, so I can try to make the
We
run.
limit your time too, so you should be done, assuming we start on time at 10, you should be done by 11. And if your appointment's not in Molesu, I think you'll make it.
Yeah, it's in Tamuning, so
All right. Ms. Azuzu, does that work for you?
Your Honor, that works. Thank you.
All right, so we will accommodate council's request, and we will have oral argument in this matter on May 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. And so we look forward to seeing you then and appreciate it. All right, will the clerk please call the last case?
This is CRA 21-011, People of Guam, Plaintiff Appellee v. George Chambers Jr., Defendant Appellant. Appearing for the Defendant Appellant is Attorney Peter C. Perez. Appearing for the Plaintiff Appellee is Marianne Wallachuk. The panel consists of Chief Justice Robert J. Torres, Associate Justice F. Philip Carbolito, and Associate Justice Catherine A. Merriman.
Thank you, councils. You've heard the panel has constituted. We're proposing that oral argument on this case and appreciate you, Mr. Perez and Ms. Wallachuk, for responding on a short amount of time when the court was clear that there was a request to move the prior case. We're looking at scheduling this on Wednesday, April 26th at 9:30 in the morning. Note the difference from normal time of 10 o'clock. And so if you have any objection to the panel as constituted or the date and time of oral argument, Mr. Perez first.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Wallachuk.
Same here, Your Honor. No objections to either.
All right, and we appreciate you again accommodating this at the last minute, Mr. Perez. And because of the change and works out with the schedule. Ms. Wallachuk, you'll have a busy appellate arguments. Not the first time you've argued a couple of cases in our same during our same session week. So thank you for that. One other point, I know we mentioned the time, but I would like to point out on the outreach argument, Mr. Walsh and Ms. Wallachuk, that is going to start at 9 a.m., not 10 a.m. Okay. I mean, even though it's pointed, it's a little bit earlier. But we're working within the school schedule too. So
Mr. Chief Justice,
yes,
on any outreach or check-ins with the school or any procedures that Ms. Wolochuk or I need to go through, should we just contact JFK about that? Or
no, our clerk of court and our research attorney will reach out to both of you and coordinate all of that. Erica Eschbach, our staff attorney, will coordinate with you everything that needs to happen and logistics and the like. We'll be set for it. Okay. All right, if there's no further questions and nothing else before the court will now stand adjourned. Thank you, council. Have a great week and Viva Mes tomorrow.